My ex-husband, Alex, used my difficulty in getting pregnant due to polycystic ovary syndrome as a reason. He proposed to divorce me. I heavy-heartedly went through the divorce procedures with him. I silently left with my share of the property. Not long after, news suddenly spread online that he was willing to sacrifice for love. Oh dear, now I really need to pay attention to this drama. My medical report was on the table. The diagnosis clearly stated, suspected polycystic ovary syndrome. I said with tears in my eyes, "Honey, this is just suspected. It hasn't been confirmed yet." I checked. This condition doesn't necessarily affect pregnancy. He stood by the window. The cigarette butt in his hand trembled slightly as he spoke. "Alex, don't think too much. The doctor won't give you a clear answer." He turned around. His face showed deep helplessness. The contours of his face appeared particularly distinct. "You know my mom is eager to hold her grandchild. Isn't it better for us to part peacefully?" I said, choking up. "I understand she is very anxious, but let's not be too nervous for now. Nothing has been confirmed yet. Moreover, this is a critical stage for your career development. If our divorce gets exposed, it could have an impact on you." His gaze faltered a bit. He came closer and held my hand. He said sincerely, "I know I've made things difficult for you. As long as you don't say anything, others won't know. If things get exposed, just say we parted peacefully." He gently pulled me into his arms. His tone was somewhat helpless. "I really can't explain this to my mom. You'll just have to bear some discomfort." I leaned against his chest. My tears kept falling uncontrollably. I asked him, sobbing, "Have we really only come to this point?" He comforted me. He said we were just fated but not meant to be. As a gesture of apology, he offered that he wouldn't take a single cent from the family's savings. Even the small house in Chengxi would be left entirely to me. Aside from these, all that's left at home is a car and the house we currently live in. He looked at me gently. He said seriously, "Alex, we parted ways peacefully out of necessity. I hope you can have a better life in the future, even after the divorce. We are still friends." I finally stopped my tears. My eyes were still swollen. My heart was filled with reluctance, but he was resolute. I had to endure the heartache and agree. We had no disputes over the property. The divorce procedures were completed quickly. I packed my luggage. At the farewell, I said to Alex with a heavy heart, "Alex, I noticed someone in your comments section was giving you a fortune-telling. They said, in the coming months, you will experience a major breakthrough. I sincerely hope you achieve great success soon." After we successfully completed the divorce procedures, his expression clearly relaxed a lot. He happily accepted my blessings. I turned around and left, walking in the opposite direction from him. The sadness I felt before had dissipated. A faint smile slowly appeared on my face. "I truly hope you can achieve great success soon." My ex-husband, when I met Alex, he was working as a gopher on set. At that time, he had just entered the industry. He didn't have many scenes, but he spent every day on set to get familiar with the environment. He was very polite to everyone he met. He addressed everyone as teacher. In my eyes, he was no different from those ordinary and hard-working newcomers. Until that day, a few stray cats came to the filming set, looking for something to eat. Some staff members who like furry animals will feed them, but most people just leave the food down. Then they quietly walk away, because those cats can be a bit fierce. I can only watch them from a distance. I'm afraid to get close. The screenwriter, Emily, particularly loves cats. She often goes to feed them, just like usual. She grabbed some cat food to go feed the cats, but she was suddenly called away. They said it was to revise the script. Emily looked around. She happened to spot me, so she entrusted me with the honorable task of feeding the cats. I went there in the afternoon. The sun was warm. A gentle breeze was blowing. I saw him. It was Alex. It was like a first encounter with background music in a TV drama. I instantly liked him. I had seen him before, but only regarded him as an ordinary colleague. Looking back now, it might have been his hair shining in the sunlight, the rays of the setting sun. His long fingers gently scratched the cat's chin. And that gentle smile, it attracted me. Very cliché. I fell in love with Alex at first sight. I started to pursue him passionately. He was very happy, but he said he only wants to focus on work right now. He doesn't want to consider matters of the heart for the time being. He suggested we start as friends. I was also quite happy, you see. The person I particularly like, especially principled, very serious about relationships. At that time, we had a great time chatting. From poetry and songs to life philosophy, we talked about everything. We felt particularly in sync. really regretting not meeting earlier. Sometimes Alex would also talk to me about his troubles. He said he was clearly working very hard, but he still doesn't get many opportunities. Unlike those who have connections, they can easily get more roles. He still cares about me from time to time. There was one time, he turned to me and asked, "Alex, are you and Emily sharing a room? How's it going? Is it comfortable?" I was taken aback for a moment. Then I realized he was talking about Emily. I smiled and reassured him. "To not worry," I said. "Emily is a really nice person. She's just here to help out casually. There's not much work, and she doesn't act high and mighty." After hearing what I said, his expression suddenly darkened, but he quickly perked up again. He reminded me to build good relationships with important people in the crew. That way, I wouldn't be bullied. I secretly observed his expression. I felt a bit uneasy, but I still agreed. Later, Alex and I became friends, but my pursuit hit a standstill. I planned to seek outside help, so I called my best friend, Sophia. I explained the whole story to her in detail. She is currently applying a face mask. Her speech is a bit unclear, but she suggested that I just reveal my identity as the director's niece. I was a bit puzzled. What does my romance have to do with my uncle? But soon I understood. It turns out there's a way to do it like this, so I kept pestering my uncle. I asked him to give Alex more scenes. My uncle asked me seriously, "Are you being deceived by that kid?" I answered him seriously. "I just don't want Mingju to be overlooked." As expected, my uncle couldn't resist me. In the end, he had to agree to give Alex more scenes. I saw Alex's reaction when he heard the news. First, he was surprised. Then he seemed a bit dazed. From disbelief to being incredibly happy later. I was also happy for him. Feeling joyful, I called Sophia again. I wanted to express my gratitude. Sophia said, "Not bad, little sister. You're quite good at handling things. He should be able to accept you now, right?" I'm a bit embarrassed to say no. Alex still doesn't know that I helped him. Actually, as long as I see him happy, I'm satisfied. Sophia sighed helplessly over there. "Little sister, you're really impressive. Doing pure love in the entertainment industry. You're the first one to do that." She was very disappointed in my behavior. She even plans to fly over to personally guide me. Sophia told me, "You said you helped him get more scenes." I did as she said. Alex was surprised and asked me how I did it. Sophia told me, "You can slowly reveal that you know some people in the circle." I did as she said. Alex started talking to me more and more. Sophia told me, "Don't rush to find him yet. Wait for him to come to you. At that time, he should confess to you." I listened to her words, so I did it. Alex felt a bit uneasy. He confessed to me. He said I was a girl who makes people feel sorry for me. He will protect me from now on. Sophia said, "All right. Next, you should do whatever you need to do. Call me if you have any problems." I did as she requested. I sent her a wedding invitation. Her reaction on the phone was intense. She was very emotional. She shouted loudly, "Alex, are you crazy? Is this a joke?" I gently pulled the phone away a bit, I explained. "No, I have already registered my marriage with Alex. He is an actor. It's inconvenient to hold a grand wedding, so we plan to have a meal with a few good friends. A simple celebration. See, I specially came to invite you." Sophia said breathlessly on the other end of the line. "I will definitely go." She said angrily, "I really want to see if there's something wrong with your head." Then she hung up the phone with a snap. I was stunned. No matter what others think, Alex and I still enjoy a sweet married life because his job is quite special. So we chose to have a secret marriage. Only our parents know. Only a few friends on my side know. Sometimes I ask Alex if he still has good friends from before. We could invite them to dinner after we get married. But he always seems down. He tells me that many of his old buddies are no longer in touch for various reasons. I had to smartly change the topic. I didn't dare to ask anymore. I know he loves his job very much, so he often fights for resources with his uncle. Seeing his surprised smile, I also felt very proud. I liked it even more when he happily picked me up and spun around. Gradually, his work became busier and busier. More and more people are getting to know him, although no one knows of my existence. But husband and wife are one body. If he is well, then I am well. Not long ago, I wasn't feeling well. Alex was too busy to accompany me. I had to go to the hospital alone for a checkup while waiting for the results. I suddenly received a text message. "You know your husband is working a part-time job on the side." At first, I thought someone was joking, but then he sent more messages, including photos. We chat transfer records and chat logs. The timestamps on these contents can even be traced back several years. He sent a hostile message. If you don't believe it, you can ask your husband to see if these are true. I struggled to control my trembling hands. I dialed the phone. Sophia, can you help me? I sat on Sophia's sofa, holding a cup in my hands. My mood had calmed down. She was speaking with great emotion beside me. From the very beginning, I felt that Guy was unreliable. It turned out to be true. I thought you were just temporarily impulsive. I didn't expect you to stay in this state for so long. I rubbed my sore eyes. I said wearily, "Stop talking. The child already knows they were wrong." I let her sit down and have some water to rest, but Sophia was still pouting. I reflected seriously. I've been feeling unwell these past few days. He said he was busy with the group when he told me to go to the hospital by myself. I already started to feel something was off. Sophia helplessly wanted to hit my head. She said, "Why are you so obsessed with love? How is your health?" I just got the test results before I came. It's nothing serious. It might be polycystic ovary syndrome. The doctor said to just keep a relaxed mood. Sophia suddenly realized something. She quickly said, "Wait a minute. You need to make an appointment for a comprehensive checkup first. Health is the most important thing." She clenched her fists tightly. She said firmly, "Leave the rest to me. This time I want to help you get back everything you've lost." Okay. Sophia, you've worked hard. I had a comfortable nap at Sophia's house in the following week. She was busy researching. Meanwhile, I leisurely lay in bed enjoying the sunshine. During this time, Alex hasn't sent me a single message to check on me. 1 week later, I came to Sophia's house again, sitting on the familiar sofa. I saw that Sophia was still angry as usual. The person who messaged you is Alex's former roommate. However, from some circumstances, it seems they are not just ordinary roommates. Sophia put down the materials in her hands. She said, "According to the information sent to you by the mysterious person, we speculate that he is the mysterious person. He knew about your marriage in a fit of anger. He sent a message to provoke you, and what he said is likely true. He and Alex were once cohabiting lovers." Sophia said with a worried expression, "Dear, you might have been deceived. You've become a wife of a cheating husband." I remained silent. My gaze fell on the information in front of me. A stranger. Good-looking, he gives off a sunny vibe. His name is Ethan. He acted in some low-budget web dramas in his early years. Now he has transitioned to live streaming. His number of fans is neither too many nor too few. He is somewhat famous, but not very popular as an internet celebrity. There are rumors. He has been unable to let go since breaking up with his girlfriend a few years ago. There has always been someone unforgettable in his heart. I understand. He still pretends to be deeply affectionate. Sophia noticed my gaze. "Ask me. Should we call him out to clarify things face to face?" I took a deep breath. I refused. No need. Let them fight it out themselves, whether it's him or Alex. Attracting girls by pretending to be someone else is wrong. How can people with the same orientation date? Is it when they see a handsome guy? Immediately they say, "Sister, come look." It's truly speechless. The physical examination report has come out. Fortunately, aside from the ovarian cyst, everything else is very healthy. Sophia and I discussed it carefully. The first step is to completely end the relationship with that man. I know Alex's mother has been hoping to hold a grandchild. In this year of marriage with Alex, he often urges us. So I took out the first examination report. As expected, it was just as I anticipated. He thought for 2 minutes, then decisively proposed a divorce. On the surface, I was crying and pleading, but deep down I was pondering. Did he just want to gain resources through marriage? Or did he want both resources and to use me? A win-win situation. I can't think too much. Otherwise, I would find the person I've shared a bed with for a year too disappointing. After our divorce went smoothly, I wished my ex-husband well. Then I called Sophia. "We can start the next phase of the plan." The drama Alex filmed before was particularly popular. His efforts were finally recognized by everyone. It can be said, no matter the age, young or old, almost everyone knows about this drama. His status has significantly risen because of it. Just as he frequently appeared in trending searches, increasing his exposure, gossip about Alex started spreading online. First, there were speculations about his mysterious love life, along with a few blurry photos. Everyone saw through the old tricks of the marketing accounts. The fans were unhappy. Just a few blurry photos and they start spreading rumors. There is no clear frontal photo. We cannot deny it. The other party quickly released a high-definition frontal photo. Fans began to express their dissatisfaction. They feel that the woman's qualities do not match their idol. They believe the idol could definitely find a better partner. Then, Alex's marriage registration information was exposed. Fortunately, my name was removed from the information. Fans are still insisting. If this kind of information gets out, it would definitely invade someone else's privacy. It must be fake. It's a photoshopped image, all right. Since you all want evidence so much, then I'll satisfy you. I cried and called Alex. I told him my information was leaked, and that I was being harassed. I asked him to think of a way to resolve it quickly. I also told him, since this has already happened, we might as well face it calmly. Let's clarify the situation. After all, we broke up peacefully. I still love him very much. I don't want to see him get hurt. Alex seems a bit flustered. But in the end, he still did as I said. He wrote on Weibo, "Thank you all for your concern. We broke up amicably. Please do not disturb each other. Pay more attention to my work." I happily high-fived Sophia. Go ahead. Thank you. The appetizer has been served. Now it's time to savor the main course. Alex started from being unknown. He is now emerging thanks to the buzz. The company naturally won't sit idly by, under the operation of a professional PR team. The buzz gradually subsided. I can't just watch him remain unknown. I have to give him another push. I hope he can become more popular. A Weibo post was quietly discovered. The couple that used to be crazily adored. Now they have broken up. Who can understand my feelings? The accompanying images are a series of atmospheric photos. There are also heartfelt text screenshots. Someone has discovered it. The interaction between the two male leads in the photos is very tense. One of them is the recently popular Alex. The news broke this morning. By the afternoon, everyone started discussing it. Netizens began to get lively again. Sophia and I were enjoying sunflower seeds while watching the excitement. Feeling great, by the way. I had someone leak this information. The photos and screenshots were sent to me by Ethan. Alex hasn't started addressing the PR issues yet. Fans have taken the initiative to stand up. They are defending him from a professional standpoint. This is AI technology. This is photo editing. Alex, just enjoy this gift that your exes have given you. Ethan suddenly spoke up, breaking the silence. The photos and screenshots online. I need to clarify that they are indeed real. But she and I are just good friends. I hope everyone won't make wild guesses. Oh, this brother's skills are truly impressive. Sophia and I exchanged a glance. She suddenly covered her mouth. He really moved me deeply. He is so invested in this relationship. I couldn't help but roll my eyes. Ethan's statement surprised me. He said, "Can you not say such uncomfortable things?" The information I found shows he only learned about Alex's marriage before messaging me, so his words were quite harsh. He treated me as a third party between them, but I had already presented evidence of Alex's unfaithfulness to him. Yet he chose this moment to jump in and explain. As a result, things got more and more chaotic. Fans were left speechless. Bro, if you can't speak properly, then don't. I'm a bit confused. Does he really love her that much? Even though I don't quite understand. But I respect his feelings. Things got even more interesting from here. Both sides were at it, back and forth. Neither side would give in. The fans are quite sharp-tongued. Criticizing Ethan as a former roommate is just an opportunity for publicity, deliberately misguiding the public opinion. 20 minutes later, Alex's main account accidentally liked this Weibo post, though it was quickly unliked, but the netizens all noticed. Ethan got angry. He directly posted 2 screenshots of their chat. He publicly asked Alex what it meant. He clearly clarified it according to Alex's PR team's intentions. Yet Alex accidentally liked it at that moment. No replies or reads to the WeChat messages. I took a closer look. It was indeed the case, but the netizens discovered new details. The chat records show that Ethan said, "Don't bring up the past, and don't let anyone find out." Alex nodded. What does your me?" And Sophia thought for a moment, and said firmly, "Next is the fun time for the jokers." I nodded, expressing agreement. Things are getting more serious. There is evidence provided by Ethan. Transfer records from Valentine's Day, Christmas, Kixi, and New Year's. The amount is 131,452,010,002,000. The note says, "One person should also eat well. Wait for me to come back and take you to eat oysters." A photo of an Roman 4 drip. The caption says, "You are sick. I really feel heartbroken. I really wish I could bear this for you." Another photo of a hand touching a dog's head. The caption is, "Haha, this little dog is really silly and cute." The 2 held hands tightly. The caption says, reunited after a long separation. Sophia quietly looked at me. She asked, "You understand all of this?" I calmly looked back at him. "Do you think I am the kind of person who is not worthy of respect?" We continued to happily eat the melon seeds. After Ethan presented this conclusive evidence, Alex's fans were all stunned. They left comments in Alex's comment section. "Brother, is there anything else I don't know? Let's say it all together. It's true that heaven is merciful." Ethan seems to sense the fans' expectations, so he went online to start the live stream. He recounted the events in chronological order, present the facts, make a point. He tried to make everyone believe he is actually a pure and innocent person. Someone asked him, "Then why did you make a statement and go live? What was it all for?" Ethan's eyes were filled with tears. His voice was a bit choked. "I just hope he can give us a clear explanation of this relationship. To apologize for this friendship forged in revolution." The comments below. "Enough. I feel sorry for him. Do you have to force him to admit that he is unloved?" Although Ethan isn't very smart, her beauty is undeniable. The situation between Alex and Ethan is escalating. Everyone is talking about it. It seems their image of foraging for wild vegetables has been thoroughly established. We're too busy just watching the excitement. A new character, Daniel, suddenly appears. Daniel directly addresses Ethan online. "You keep changing our experiences around and insist on attributing them to you and others. You really know how to take advantage of the situation, reversing roles, forcibly applying it. Don't you feel guilty about this in your heart? This is practically a real-life version of everything you say are my lines." It's truly a case of seeing something for the first time. The two of them start an intense battle. Over here, they say, "I'll take you in, help you pay your rent, take care of you like a real brother, not even willing to buy a chicken leg, save it for you. The oysters were also something I took you to eat. How did it turn into you taking someone else to eat them? You are really ungrateful. You took my money and then ditched me." Over there, they reply, "The company provides accommodation, but I've never seen chicken leg oysters. The salary is paid on time. You still haven't paid my social security. If I had known earlier, I should have applied for arbitration." The melon farmers below are overjoyed. They can't stop laughing. Everyone is talking about feeling sorry for Ethan, the oyster joke, the hardships of workers, and the boss returning my hard-earned money. This is high-level substitute literature. Suddenly, the atmosphere in the live stream became lively. They were exchanging words back and forth, arguing incessantly. No one is backing down. I don't know if they are genuinely here for, or if they just want to join the fun, or this is the helper that man brought in. Isn't he about to disappear? Has he lived his peaceful little life? I absolutely cannot let him have his way. I must make him fully accept my blessings. I first called my uncle to have him give a heads up to Alex's company. My uncle sighed and said, "It's all my fault. At first, he insisted on taking you for the internship. He always felt that way. It was because he took me to the set for the internship. I met Alex. That's when everything else started to happen." I smiled and told him, "It's his fault. It's my mistake in judging him. It has nothing to do with you, uncle." I hung up the phone. I started to think, I should have thought of this long ago. When I first fell in love at first sight, I should have realized. The carefully crafted image of him loving animals was not for me, but for Emily. He wanted to climb up the social ladder, but he had no resources. He had to find another way. He knew that Emily often went to feed those kittens. He even bought several large bags of cat food, so he timed it perfectly and prepared to pretend to run into her. He even sprayed some attractant. Even the angle of sunlight hitting his profile and the placement of his hair, all of it was meticulously arranged by him. Unfortunately, things took an unexpected turn. Emily has something to attend to, so I have to go help her feed the cat. Later I found out, while we were in the middle of a heated conversation, he had already prepared everything. He goes once every few days, and then goes again after a few more days. I happened to run into Emily. It also helped solidify his image as a cat lover and someone who is liked by small animals. Ugh, I'm a bit bored. It's really sad. Even the cat's affection is all fake. I reported the evidence I found of Alex's tax evasion after looking at this information. I finally understood why he was so quick to let me take the household assets during the divorce. After all this time, it turns out you were hiding money. This kind of money with an unclear origin. Of course it should be reported. Don't mention it. I'm just doing what a former sister-in-law should do. Alex is completely out of the game. He had originally prepared some things, planning to continue competing with Ethan, but now, no one is willing to pay attention to him anymore. He has completely vanished from the internet. This efficiency, it's truly admirable. I looked at the clear weather outside. I stretched comfortably. My phone suddenly vibrated. I answered the call. "Hello, who's this?" Alex said anxiously on the other end. "Alex, please help me quickly. You're the only one who can help me now." I pretended to be surprised and asked, "What happened? Is it Alex? What trouble are you in?" He stammered. "You haven't seen the news online," I replied. "Hold on a second. Oh dear, why can't I find you?" he said. "Alex, can you talk to my uncle for me? Can you ask him to save me?" I said, biting my lip. "But my uncle is particularly angry about my divorce. He said he would never care about me again." He became even more anxious. "Alex, listen to me. Your uncle definitely won't abandon you," I hesitantly said, but he suddenly softened his tone. "I understand. You still have feelings for me. As long as I can get through this difficult time, we can get back together. There's no rush about having children. We can consider IVF. If that doesn't work, we can look into surrogacy abroad. Right now." I interrupted him. "But I don't want to help you." He was suddenly taken aback. I quickly continued. "There are negative news about you everywhere online. Where do you get the confidence? Do you think I would continue to love you after being deceived? The things you did for love are already well known. This makes me very sad. It's really unbearable." He shouted angrily. "Alex, did you do this on purpose? You never intended to help me from the beginning. This is how I've become. Perhaps it's all because of you. You're still—" I impatiently interrupted again. "Enough, don't say any more. Haven't we already parted ways peacefully? Don't contact me again in the future. Let's just act like we don't know each other." He said it out loud, but secretly admired. Alex is quite clever. He actually thought of my involvement, but it doesn't matter if he guessed right. I won't admit it. What does this have to do with me? I'm just an innocent victim in this matter. I hung up the phone directly. From then on, we go our separate ways. I wish him a peaceful life, and wish myself financial prosperity. Everything has come to an end. The remaining troubles have nothing to do with me. I just want to ensure Alex's life is calm and stable. Sophia told me. Ethan contacted her. He said he had already come out to his parents about his sexual orientation. Although his parents do not accept it, he never intended to live the so-called normal life according to their expectations. He also said he wanted to meet me. He previously misunderstood that I married Alex through improper means. He thought I was the third party. He apologized to me for that. Sophia seriously asked me, "Do you want to meet him?" I stared at the constantly scrolling comments on the phone screen. Liars must pay the price. Those who owe money should pay it back. Those whose hearts are truly betrayed will feel like they are being cut with a knife. The plot of the novel is being reenacted in reality. The pure love warriors have fallen. I stared at the phone screen. It was filled with the letters B. It was densely packed. I turned off my phone. I asked him, "Why do you want to meet?" Whether it's a misunderstanding or his thoughts, it has nothing to do with me. Who is lying and who is spreading rumors between them? Let them solve it themselves. As for the apology, he should apologize to his possibly existing ex-girlfriend. "All right, don't let these unrelated people affect my mood," Sophia said, patting my shoulder hard. "That's right. What does it have to do with you?" I smiled and dodged. Easy, easy. "Hey, how about we go travel? Sure, to enjoy the scenery. Take some beautiful pictures. That sounds great. Let's go." He walked into the room. He saw a letter on the table. He picked up the letter. He examined the handwriting on the envelope. He realized it was her handwriting. He hesitated for a moment, but in the end, he opened the letter. The letter said, "I know you might not want to see me, but I still want to tell you. I've always been waiting for you." He finished reading the letter. He felt a mix of emotions inside. "I don't know what to say." He is sitting in the chair. He pondered for a while. Then he decided to go find her.